Hey, it's Chappie's Crypto here again with a live stream with my trading journal episode number 9. This is for my trading session last night in Australian time, the night of the 1st and morning of the 2nd of August 2022, and I hope you enjoy my little review. So we'll get straight into it. I'll just turn down the music a little bit so it's not too annoying. Right, so I'm just going to start at this one. Tough night last night. I gave away a bunch and I got a whole bunch back, and I would highly recommend to not do what I did last night. This is one of the benefits of obviously demo trading, because you can really learn from your experience. And I suppose the power of going back and reviewing your trades is the whole intention of these videos, is for me to go through that process myself rather than sitting back and writing down on a book. I can go back and look at my charts and just sort of review my whole thought process and what I can learn from that. So this is my TradeOvate account. I've got a demo account set up, obviously. I've gone through that in previous videos. I want to go straight into the report here, and I will I'll do a puller report for the trades that I've done in the last 24 hours essentially. So under this, I go down to custom range, and I'm going to choose yesterday first and through to today. I haven't done any trades today so far. Press go, and it'll give me the whole breakdown. So this is the terrible shocker that I had last night. In the end, it ended up with a very tiny profit of $49 profit. I was very, very lucky. I probably didn't deserve anything at all. I probably should have finished the night up much early on. However, this is just an example of what happens when you emotionally trade or try to get back what you've lost. So a bit of a shocker. I will go through my trades and why I got it so wrong. However, when you look at it, total profits of 960, total losses of 883. Couldn't believe I actually finished the night with a slight profit and didn't really deserve that, but I'll go through each of these trades really quickly and just show you what I did wrong and what I could have done better next time around. So this is a breakdown of each of the trades I took. I'm not going to review this trade here because that was just purely a mistake. I accidentally had an order still in the system. As soon as I realized it was there, I just closed it straight away. And although it was a nice little profit of 37, which is nothing, and this one here as well, I noticed when I'd finished my session, there was still a stop that I executed. I just closed that out, and that was just, so those two are just nothing trades. The other ones are the shockers. So you can see here on my report, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 losses in a row. Dead set shocker to start my session. So what happened last night? And I did trade Nasdaq. Those first 3 trades there. I took 2 trades in the S&P, and then I went back in Nasdaq. And this Nasdaq, this was the shocker. Well, that wasn't a shocker. That was just a nothing trade. That was just a mistake. So let's go and have a look at the charts and have a look what happened. So these are the the trades I took last night. Now, when I review these, and if you watch the ICT trading series, you'll look at this and go, what on earth was Chappie's thinking when he took any of these trades? I'll switch over to the 15-minute chart just to give some context of how I was looking at the day structure and what I thought might happen. Remembering that at that stage, this is what I was looking at. I was looking at the charts before 8:30. What I'd done is I'd marked the top previous low and previous high, so I had a nice trading range here. I've taken it out now, but I did actually draw off where the mid-range, the price was at midnight, and so this is what I was looking for. I had convinced myself that the daily bias was short, so I'd actually just made an assumption when I looked at the daily chart here for a second. This is the thought process I was going through. I'd identified here that this area, this little fair value gap, is I thought price might be drawn down here. And remember, this is the day we're talking about. So because I thought, because I thought price was coming down here, I just had this bias of going short. So unfortunately, in the morning session, I was dead set wrong, and I paid the price, which you will see. And I'll go right down to the 1 minute chart, because the price did break through that previous low, and you'll see what it actually did. And to be brutally honest, if I did the exact opposite of what I did, I would have actually had a really good session and probably finished with a nice, beautiful profit. And you'll actually see the setup that I just dead set missed. Now, because I had a short bias on my head, I thought the price was heading this direction. I do not know what I was thinking. For whatever reason, the price broke through here, it came up this way, and again, I just don't know what I was thinking. I took a short here. All I can think is I saw this as a market structure break. So price came down here, Price came back here. This is a fair value gap that had formed, and I took a short position there. So I suppose in theory that all makes perfect sense. However, you really want all of this to be happening up here, not down here. I suppose if this was happening up here, it's probably a pretty valid setup. Now, because price was actually at the bottom of this previous low, absolutely ridiculously stupid thing to do, because the reality is if we'd actually waited for this price to do this, we've got a nice beautiful market structure break here. So price breaks up, and all you then would look for is waiting for this fair value gap to form, which is there, and that would have been a really nice long entry. So what did I do? I took a short, got stopped out, and I broke all of my own rules. I actually originally had my stop set here because I wanted to give myself some room to play. I moved my stop up here, which is around this level, and of course I got stopped out. And it's always the way when you move your stop, it ends up going right against you, and I took a big loss of 229 on my very first trade. Remember, I'm trading on my demo account, and I'm trying to double my demo account. So this next trade here, I can't even, to be brutally honest, even know what I was thinking. I think I just felt, you know what, this price is going to turn. I placed another short because I still had convinced in my head we were going to go down, and not based on anything in particular, except for I just got too emotional and placed that trade. Thankfully for me, I placed my stop just above here. I did move it slightly because it's just in a stupid emotional headspace, and I got stopped out again. So biggest loss of the night, $291 on that particular trade. Shocker again. And in the interim after this shocker there, I actually did go across the Nasdaq, and I took once again, silly thing. I'm thinking I think price is going to go down. I took a short position there, got stopped out here. Similarly, another one. This time I thought, you know, maybe I got it wrong. Let's go long. Unfortunately, for me, I did actually get the direction right that time, but I wasn't patient enough, and so I took a long there. And for me, hey, look at this! I convinced myself. We've got a breaker market structure, which is right. Got a fair value gap, which is right. Cool. And I placed my stop just below here, which I'm glad I did stick to my rules on that one with my stop, and I took a so that probably was a valid take or a valid trade in regards to my rules. However, when you look at this again, look at this setup. This is textbook, and I cannot believe I missed it. Price broke down through this previous low from the previous 15-minute candles coming up to the market open, and we got a nice market structure break, fair value gap. There's your beautiful long. Target this level. That's money for Jim, and I can't believe I missed it. So there you go. Anyway, that's what it was. Let's go. So I took those two losses on the S&P. I was feeling pretty frustrated at that moment, as you can imagine. I was down $700-800 for the session. I just couldn't believe I just thrown away a whole bunch of money in these two trades. And I did what you probably should never do, although this has just luckily paid out for me. I said, you know what, I've got the direction of the market wrong. Market's clearly moving this direction, so let's look for a long setup, and if we get a long setup, let's go for it. So we did get this movement. I sort of said to myself, you know what, that's a nice big move up. We've got a retracement. We've got a fair value gap that's formed here. By the time I'd seen this, I'd sort of missed this, and I said, you know what, let's just jump on. The price is possibly going to do something here. Let's place a stop just down below here, give it a bit of room to play. I said, let's go big time. So I placed an order with 6 longs, prepared to take $300-400 loss there if it had actually come down. As I said, I actually gave this a bit of room. I'm pretty sure I actually placed my stop loss down here. So I was risking. And it's probably the really stupid thing to do, and I suppose there's a really good thing about using a demo account is you can really reflect back on your emotional state when you're doing this. I put my stop down here. I've got 6 contracts, so I was probably due to lose another $600-700 just on that one trade if it had gone against me. I had convinced myself that, look, I've picked the market wrong. The direction bias I've got has been wrong, and so we've got this price movement. And based on a lot of price action I've been watching for a while now, more than often we see this. So I did expect we were going to get pump up, pump down, and it was going to retrace and continue on higher. So that's what I was banking on. Very, very lucky for me. It played out really nicely. I just had my first target just there. So price did come up and take me out, and I've hit my first take profit. When I look back at the charts back quite a few days, the next obvious target was quite a way off. It was quite a bit high here, and I just thought, it's not going to reach that high. So only another couple of minutes later, I took the trade out and took the profit there. So all in all, finished the night with a likely to be a $49 profit. I didn't deserve any of that, I'll have to be say, because that was just a total dead set emotional trade. Highly recommend not to ever do that, and to be honest, I probably should have not broken my rules on the very first trade and then just reassessed everything at that point. So I'll learn some lessons from that night. I look forward to jumping back on the markets again tonight, and look forward to a review probably tomorrow. So I don't want to bore you with the detail, but there you go. There's my trading reflection for the episode 9 of my trading journey, and that was the first and the night of the 1st and morning of the 2nd of August 2022. And until next time, it's Chappy's Crypto signing out, and until then, bye for now.